Now, a movie producer in Bengaluru who tried to molest an aspiring actress in the Kannada film industry has been arrested on charges of molestation. Viresh, a Kannada film producer, allegedly tried to sexually assault the woman after inviting her home on the pretext of discussing a movie role. When he tried to molest her, the girl escaped and locked him inside his own house. She then called her family, who thrashed him before handing him over to the police. The entire incident was also caught on camera. Police have arrested him and he is now in judicial custody. This comes shortly after another similar incident. Remember, actress Varalakshmi Sarath Kumar had alleged in a Twitter post that the head of a leading TV channel had asked her for sexual favors. Let's go across to Nolan Pinto, who's joining us live from Bengaluru with more details on this story. An absolute shocker coming to light from Bengaluru. Nolan, unfortunately, it's not the first of its kind. Many actresses in the past have also spoken out about incidents of casting couch. But give us details of what really happened in this particular case.
No, it's really, there are a lot of stories that are coming around out over here. But the most probable story as of now is this, that she was actually called to this Sandalwood producer's home in the guise of actually discussing about an option that she might have a chance to actually work in this movie. What we're told is that, but things did not go out well. She understood when his behavior changed. She somehow managed to escape. She locked him inside, called her relatives, called her husband over there. And that is when we have seen in the video what really happened, how they flashed him black and blue before they actually called the police. Now, this incident took place on the 1st of March. He was arrested, but we're also told that he managed to secure bail in this particular case. And you're absolutely right, Akshita, this is not the first time it's happening. It's not just in the Sandalwood industry, in various other industries, film industries across the nation, casting couch, or basically these type of issues keep on happening. Sometimes people don't talk about it. Sometimes it comes out in the open. And in this particular case, it came out in the open with the producer getting caught.
What's also appreciable is the fact, Nolan, that the actress, the victim in this particular case, didn't shy away from filing a complaint and taking action, because in many circumstances what we see is that this is considered as a norm of sorts in a film industry and no action is taken. What did the victim really say about this incident? Did she say that, the cops also acted speedily, they ensured that he was taken into custody?
Akshita, ever since the cases of molestation, especially in the city, have actually, there have been a large number of cases. The Commissioner of Police has instructed all his officers, especially when it comes to any cases dealing with women, they will not shy away. The police will immediately take action, and that is what is actually happening now. When she went and filed a complaint, there was no turning back. Action was taken immediately. Now, more so that there were a lot of people over there. The police had no other option. Akshita, he was first beaten black and blue. Her husband was there. Her relatives were over there. The police had no other option. Even if they wanted to close the case, even if they did not want to register a case, they had no option in this particular case. But to the point that you mentioned that, she actually came out and decided to take action. Many times people believe that this is the norm. If you want a job over there, if you want a place, a post, or any sort of in that movie, a role, then you must agree to the whims and fancies of the directors and the producers. But in this particular case, kudos to this girl or this lady, she decided to take action.
Absolutely, Nolan. This is an absolute shocker that's come to light from Bengaluru, where a producer allegedly called an aspiring actress to his home in, of course, the guise of speaking about a role in an upcoming film of his. It said that he then tried to molest her. The actress immediately made a run for it. What she also smartly enough did was lock up this producer inside his own home. She then went out, immediately called her family, who then turned up there and took this man to the police. Joining us on the phone lines now is Mr. Prakash Belawadi, a popular Kannada actor as well. Mr. Belawadi, thank you for speaking to India Today. Your reaction to really the story that we're playing out is not the first time that an incident of casting couch has come to light. What's admirable in this particular case is that the actress didn't shy away from approaching the police. She didn't shy away from ensuring that this man paid for his mistake.
See, I don't see it as a problem of the film industry. I don't see it as a problem of Bangalore. I don't see it a problem with the Kannada language. I think it's a problem of patriarchy and misogyny, like people in positions of power,
Absolutely.
men, abuse the positions of power sometimes, and they get into trouble rightly, the way if it is true in this case, they must get into trouble. I hope the law takes its own course too, and whoever the producer is or whoever the culprit is pays for it, if he is guilty. That's what I can say. To conflate it to a city, a state, a language, an industry, I wouldn't participate in that game.
Mr. Belwadi, obviously we're not going to draw any sort of connotations to which city it happened in or which film industry or what language really the people spoke. But it actually comes down to one point, which is that, largely the film industry seems to be susceptible to these kind of incidents.
No, it's not true. Actually, I work in media all the time, and I feel that women in media have a far greater degree of independence than women in many other professions. Okay, but I do agree with you that women in cinema somehow are subjected to a greater degree of patriarchy and stereotyping and objectification than in other fields because of the nature of this cinematic stories and narratives. Okay, I agree with you with that, but I don't think it's just restricted to cinema. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I think it's an attitude that some of us men seem to have about women, and it's wrong. That's the problem.
And I agree with you, Mr. Belwadi. It's definitely not restricted to one industry alone. Thank you so much for speaking to India Today. I also want to go across to Ms. Pramila Nesargi, who is a prominent Bengalurian. She's also an activist who speaks very vocally on these kind of issues. Ms. Nesargi, another shocker coming to light. This time a producer trying to molest a woman, an actress who came to his home after he pretended that he wanted to discuss a film with her, an upcoming film. Your reaction to the story?
See, it is shocking in one word. I tell you, I was hearing Mr. Belwadi telling you can't generalize the industry or anything. I do agree. It is not the problem of one industry or the other. And the problem is with men, whether they are in the field of industry or any other field. The problem for women is men, in any field for that matter. Here is a case where a producer, he is trying to molest. What makes the difference? Okay, that's why in America, in all the film industries, I am told that they are given a pill before they enter the field, so that the men will not get enraged and they won't indulge in this molestation. I only wish that even in India such pills are brought and all these producers and the men actors are given this pill so that they will not indulge in nefarious activities. That's one thing. Second is we are in the, in India, the criminal law is such, because we are in the adversary system. The burden is always on the prosecution to prove, not on the accused. That is why all these accused, they get away and the victims are always victimized. So I only wish that Justice Malimat Committee, which had recommended that this adversary system must be taken over, and the system which is in existence in France and other countries must be implemented. What Justice Malimat said is that a via media must be brought about, like civil justice, civil jurisprudence. Let's say similarly in criminal jurisprudence also, that there must be some burden on the accused, so that they cannot escape. Okay. I only wish that we must appeal to the central government to accept the Malimat Committee report and see that such incidents are not repeated. And there will be a
you believe that harsher punishment will ensure that men think twice, such men at least think twice before committing such crimes. Ms. Nesargi, thank you so much for speaking to India Today.